They either went to heaven or hell. They either left their body and went to be with the Lord, or they went to hell, as Luke chapter 16 says. This man died. The beggar that died, he was a poor man. He was physically not in good shape at all. Didn't have any money or anything else, but he happened to be a Christian. God says the angels came down and took him right straight up into paradise. That's great. Well, the other man was an unbeliever. And he begins over there, and God says, and let me throw this out to you before these quackos get out here and say it's a parable. Here's a principle when you study the Bible, which some of these guys need to study the Bible instead of listen to grandma or grandpa or somebody or some street corner preacher out there that doesn't know what he's talking about. God never uses a proper name with a parable. You cannot find that in the Bible. This man, we find out, his name was Lazarus. So, that's a proper name, folks. It's not a parable. It is a true story to let you know exactly what this man said, what he thought, and how he wanted others to go back and tell his brothers, his 5 brothers, not to come to this place of torment. So it starts right out there, not in the 13th chapter, but going down a few verses. It says there, and in hell this man lifted up his eyes, in hell being in torment. And torment, how can he be in torment? He's dead. You know, because the physical body has the same attributes as your spiritual body, same ones. So he had a tongue, and he said, go get a drop of water and wet my tongue, for I'm tormented in these flames, and so forth like that. So everything he had in his spiritual body, he had in his physical body. Now I don't know why preachers don't bring this out, because I don't know where they tell you, you got so many preachers, got so many ideologies here, and very few of them, there's only one that should agree with the Bible. The rest of them throw in the trash can. But this man in hell, he was in torment. He lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeing Abraham afar off, he said, will you go get a drop of water and wet my tongue, for I'm tormented in these flames. That is not a parable, folks. Don't let any idiot tell you it's a parable. It is not a parable. It's a true living event that Christ put in there for you to know exactly what happens when you die. And there's some very good principles. He felt out of the body, in his body, spiritual body, exactly the pain he felt in his physical body, whatever it was. He had a tongue, wet my tongue, in his spiritual body. He had a mind, he could think. That mind isn't dead anymore. It's very much alive. It's just freed from the callousing of the old nature and so forth. But he's very much alive now. He's got a fresh mind, you know. And because that mind was corrupted with his own things that he partook in, so forth, and that, maybe it was alcohol, maybe it was this, maybe it was that, but he had the old sin nature that he didn't have anymore, so he had a clear mind. So, that's interesting.